The need for the adoption of smart grid technology, a feature of distribution substation enhancement, has been identified as one of the ways to address the incessant national grid collapse in the country. This call was made known at the second Bolude Oyebolu Distinguished Engineering Lecture in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, with the topic Distribution Substation Enhancement as a clue to incessant national grid collapse. Correspondent John Felix now report.
In year 2020 alone, the national grid has reportedly suffered collapse 6 times. This epileptic power situation affects the manufacturing, service and residential sectors of the economy, which in turn affects the country's economic growth. The guest lecturer says epileptic condition of the power sector can be attributed to the inadequate and inefficient power plants, poor transmission and distribution facilities, and outdated metering system used by electricity consumers. While preferring solutions to the myriads of challenges, it calls for the improvisation of SCADAs to ensure frequency stability.
Let us start isolating the problem. We know that the system instability is as a result of dilapidated infrastructure on the downstream. And the enhancement will address the problem of dilapidation in the downstream. So once we start isolating that, then we can now go into the drawing board. How do we make our system to be stable? We need to improvise the SCADA to ensure that the frequency stabilities are put in place, to ensure that powers are drawn as at when need, and when it's not needed, there are protection for it. These are things that the SCADA system will provide. And that's why I say in the short run, let us make sure that consumer didn't feel the effect of the enhancement on the upstream.
In her remarks, the Ogun State Deputy Governor seeks the collaboration of professional engineers with government towards the actualization of a better society. Also speaking, the chairman, NIEEE Abeokuta, says the lecture is held in honor of the celebrant in recognition of his immeasurable contributions to the engineering profession.
And this is what we must do as engineers, whichever sector of engineering we are. Make sure that we are positioned to support the elected officers in this country, to make sure that the best decisions are taken in the interest of the country. Because as Engineer Balogun identified, there's a disconnect between what the people need and what the policymakers are trying to do.
We are doing this to appreciate him as in recognition of his several contributions to engineering professions and also to engineers in Nigeria, as he has mentored some of us that we are a younger member of Nigeria Society of Engineers. And I believe that from this lecture, we already have a way forward on how to solve frequent national grid collapse, which we have been observing in our dear country. Just last week, we observed another national grid collapse, and we can't just continue like this. I believe the federal government is doing the right thing by already trying to ensure that states also can generate their power themselves so as to move forward. And with this, we can also solve the problem of national grid by distribution substation enhancement.
The expectation at this gathering will be to see the recent reforms in the power sector translate to even development in the country. From Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, John Felix reporting for Galaxy Television News.